The Mississippi Gulf Coast is an amazing place. Business is booming here, and life is good. People say Elvis used to hang out here, and it's true. So did Al Capone.
The legend of the Biloxi Mafia, and I don't know if that's true, but there is a place out at Cat Island called Smuggler's Cove where rum runners used to offload their bootleg alcohol into skiffs and smuggle it to shore. You get to know the people here, and you're going to hear a lot of unbelievable stories. This place has a rich history.
We call it the Secret Coast because of the 26 miles of beautiful white sand beaches and the picturesque islands that dot the horizon. You can visit those islands and they all have a story of their own.
People who live all over the world quietly choose to make this place their home. I'm one of them, and I want to help build a community of entrepreneurs like me who are doing what they love. That's what the show's all about. So come on in and watch Sprout Central, the happiest show on TV.
Hello everyone, and welcome to an all-new edition of Sprout Central, the happiest show on TV. I'm Dennis Tynes. I'm the host of the show, and today is the All-Star Special. We have a letter from corporate coming up, but we're not going to tell you who's on the show, and we're not going to tell you who the special guest All-Star co-host is. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about what we've been doing on Sprout Central Television so far, because we really love doing the show, and we really love being a part of the community. Our first season, we helped everybody learn to write a business plan. I know we've covered that before, and a lot of people wrote business plans, and 2 or 3 people actually have started their businesses now or are in the process of doing that. So we think that was a big success. Then this season, season 2, we decided to start helping those people who are stuck. Maybe they want to write their business plan, or maybe they want to go into business, but they don't. They need to make a shift. So we've done some things like bring in an author Ricky Lewis, author of The Self-Directed Shift. Look at that. Look that up on the Amazon. Ricky Lewis, Self-Directed Shift. All about how do you take responsibility for your actions and change your habits so that you change the outcome. After that, we had Cat on the Coast, Catherine Sutton, and she talked about setting realistic goals. If you're interested in goal setting and planning for success for the future, you should follow Cat on the Coast on the Instagram. Then we had human optimization expert Robbie D'Angelo on the show, and he talked about abundance, and he's got a message of abundance and an opportunity for you to live an abundant life. All you have to do is follow Robbie D'Angelo on the social media, and you'll learn more about that. Okay, so we've got the big All-Star Special coming up, and we're going to be right back after just a couple of messages.
Audio Jungle.
How you doing? I'm Dr. Lauren Timmons here in Ocean Springs, Mississippi at Timmons Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, where we pride ourselves in the latest dental technology for implants, including 3D x-rays, for orthodontics, including digital impressions, and same-day crowns and veneers. So check us out at the website below or call us for an appointment today.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, we're back, and it's All-Star Week here on Sprout Central, and normally, Mr. 100% Connor Snyder is our guest co-host. Now, some things are being changed, and we do have a letter from corporate, but they told us, and actually Connor is kind of an all-star because he's our all-star stock trader. He's a stock guru, and he teaches stock classes. But they said, go bigger. So we reached out to all-star artist, rock star artist, Julia Reyes, and guess what? Here she is.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Sprout Central, Julia.
Good to be here again. Sorry I'm not bringing the stock numbers.
Friend of Sprout, yeah.
Yeah, always good to be on the show, though.
You might have the brain for it, though, so we take some of those free classes from Connor. They're free.
I need to get into it.
And see what you think about it.
Yeah, change it up a bit.
Yeah, a little income stream. We encourage people to do that.
Yeah.
But you've been busy. You've been on the road again.
A little bit, yeah.
I thought I saw you like back in New York or somewhere else in the last year.
Yeah, a couple of months back I was in New York on a project. But more recent, last couple of months I've been more locally doing a project in Mendenhall.
I love that
Mississippi,
town.
and
Yeah.
New Orleans area, and just local. So it's nice to kind of be in the area for a while.
Well, New Orleans could always use another mural. But I tell
Yeah.
you what, it's nice to know that there's something going on in Mendenhall. I want to know all about that.
Yeah, that one's actually a collaboration with a friend of mine. It's our first project together, Sarah Karkish. And so it's a restoration and a enhancement of the mural, a 20-year-old mural that's been out in
nice.
it's in a public space, a park, Alice Davis Park, right in the historic downtown in their downtown area.
Those beautiful brick buildings. I saw some
Yeah.
of and we're going to show some of the footage from
It's
you
a really
guys
cool
up there.
town, actually. We've gotten to know a lot of the people, and I entered into the project with I didn't know what to expect, and also it was the first time Sarah and I had collaborated, so
Oh.
I was a little nervous, about the dynamic, but it's actually been a really good experience
Good.
all around.
Yeah, you never
So-
know when you're getting involved with somebody on a project or in business what things are going to turn out to be like.
Yeah.
So it's good when it goes well. That's
Yeah,
good.
there's kind of that give and take.
And that's a neat little town. We're going to need you to do something around Ocean Springs or something locally soon, though.
Yeah, I would like to.
And do maybe a ticketed event where, we have a lot of stuff. Or, we're doing the Sun and Sand Film and Music Festival.
Oh, that could be
We're
cool.
gonna make an announcement about that.
Yeah, the coast could always use, I think more public art everywhere.
Right. Public painting. We can have like a live painting they do it, during the rock music shows and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, there's a couple people I know that do that for a living, actually. They live paint at
Neat.
shows and stuff, and that's a part of the
Yeah, I thought I'd seen that
entertainment as
somewhere.
well. Yeah.
That's neat.
So
All right. So you've been to Mendenhall and it's got cold, I think. I heard you
did.
guys had to leave because of the cold. I think that's
yeah,
what the
cold and
producer said.
rain. So we've been on scaffolding, so it's not really a good combination
No.
to be hanging out in the freezing cold on.
Hey, scaffolding freezes before the ground. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Just like bridges, ice, and cold weather, scaffolding freezes before the ground.
Yes.
So be careful.
So.
All right, so Mendenhall, that's fun. And do you have anything scheduled after that as far as?
I've got some things in the work. I'm finishing up a project in New Orleans, a playground, and
Neat.
it's got some interactive elements to it with these spinning flowers, which I really am excited about. I don't know, stuff like
That's
that makes
fun.
me happy.
I love it.
So-
When you had the gallery over there on the Rue Magnolia,
Yeah.
you had the little, we would always go by and play the little xylophone.
Oh, xylophone.
Yeah.
Actually, Sarah and her husband made that with Hannaberry Workshop. So, yeah, it's a cool.
You were quite the community leader over there for a long time. Now, have you seen the little park they put over there?
Wait, over by
Over-
the new greenhouse?
Right,
in
over
the
by the
Record
new
Maynards?
right.
Yeah, I have.
Nice
Yeah, it's coming
grass
on.
park, and then there's seating and
There's a lot of
artwork.
cool things coming to Biloxi. I know there's a new brewery, the Fly Llama.
Fly Llama.
I haven't been yet.
Yeah.
I'm excited about going there, and I've heard about a couple other things coming, so I'm excited.
Growth, their business growing.
Yeah, I
around
like
here.
to see when businesses come all at once too, because it just feeds the energy, and I think that's so important, and the community aspect of it to make
Right.
the businesses thrive.
One comes and then another one comes and they work together. They team up,
Yes.
kind of like when you're collaborating with your artist. And then, well, we need so and so they build something there. And
Yeah, and it just makes it more of a destination rather
Right.
than, one lone person trying to rally by themselves, So,
I think we're about to have a little break here. Clarence, are we taking a little break? In 3 minutes, we're going to have a little break. We're going to take a little commercial break. But so that area up there where the Fly Llama is, I've always thought that was ripe for, some type of business. And I'm glad that
the little strip,
right by the, the warehouses and
Yes.
the produce company in those areas.
yeah. Those are,
That's a neat area.
there's a lot of buildings like that. And actually, it's funny, because maybe that's why Mendenhall has a little charm or spot in my heart too, because it reminds me of Biloxi in a way, these beautiful old buildings
The
that have
brick.
so much potential. So I think there's something to that as opposed to, a place that's already super developed. There's potential there too,
Right.
but whenever you just see a building that has all this character and what you can put in there, and I mean, the possibilities are endless, really.
Possibilities are
And the
endless.
rent is usually affordable at that point too, so.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back, and we're going to talk more with artist Julia Reyes, and we're going to maybe toss around some business ideas. So stick around. We'll be right back.
best thing we did at the Y was that lobby. I love seeing the seniors sit around drinking coffee, talking. You know, we have a lot of books. You've seen our library in there,
yeah.
reading books. There's one group that brings snacks once a week, and they just sit around and socialize. And of course, we do trips for our seniors too.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're back, and we're talking about rock star artist Julia Reyes. And, you know, I was thinking about some business ideas for artists. And since, you know, you're on the show, I'm sure a lot of your colleagues and the artists are going to be watching. What are some good ideas to help artists add income streams?
Let's see. Well, you can start an online shop. You
Yeah.
can teach classes, do private lessons or group lessons.
Oh, you know, Joey started this, Our Creative Space.
Jewelry, depends on what your avenue is.
Right.
Yeah.
Joey started Our Creative Space for people like you could go there if you
Oh,
wanted to
nice.
teach watercolor. You go there, you have everything you need, you teach the class. It's like if you're a musician and you only have to bring your instrument, you plug into the sound system,
Yeah.
play, unplug, and go home.
That's what I think I saw
Our
that.
Creative Space, yeah.
I just saw they just opened up, right?
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
I've been in there. Everybody should check
need to
that out
go-
in Pass Road on Gulfport, or in Gulfport on Pass Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I was going to say, what about the Julia Reyes line of temporary tattoos?
Temporary tattoos. I
Yeah.
could see that.
You know, there's a reoccurring need for it. You've got demand. The tattoo, it's going to wash off.
And if you have a
Go
problem with
swimming.
commitment, then you can,
Right.
you know, just
Change your mind.
change it up. Like
Yeah.
wig.
Exactly.
You know what? I should probably create wigs to go with it so you could just have a whole alter ego depending on the day of the week.
That's a
and
great
what kind
idea.
of tattoo.
You know, another thing I think is we should bring wigs for men back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I was watching, you know, I love the historical documentaries. I was watching about John Adams, our second president. He was a great man. But they all, you know, they were bald-headed and they just wore these
Yeah.
wigs. And
Oh, you want
they
like the
powdered them.
classic
Something, I don't
old
know.
school, yeah.
Maybe we could get you
Wake up in the
choose
morning and have
the John Lennon wig if you want to be,
Yeah.
look like that. I don't know.
It's funny how much something like that kind of changes the way
Yeah,
you feel.
It does,
You know? One time I went to New Orleans and I tried on a wig with a very straight wig with bangs, and then I ended up getting bangs.
Oh, so you
It was a
went and
turning
got
point in my life.
It was. And what good came out? What came from the bangs? What was the big win?
It was a leap.
It was a leap. It was a leap of faith. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
that's the secret, just a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Especially
And
in
you know what?
business.
If you don't like it, it always grows back out. So
That's right.
same with the temporary tattoo.
that's
If you
what I'm
don't like
told.
it, it just washes away.
Speaking of temporary tattoos, okay. The corporate sent this and said, you know, you probably don't, Joey gets paid in the temporary tattoos. That's how he
Really?
gets paid for being the co-host.
Oh.
Joey's still the co-host.
So he probably
apparently,
has a
or he
good
had little-
collection.
Right, so he's covered.
Does he
it.
like layer the temporary tattoos, like they start to wash away, but then he, that could be
think
a
so.
thing.
I think
Make
so.
an
He just
abstract
kinda-
painting of layered temporary tattoos.
Oh, what's this? I thought they were just going to give you a. Hold on, they sent a little note. Okay, we're going to just do a little business here, Julia. Since you're the guest co-host, you have to help with the business. Oh, okay, so Joey's promoted. Congratulations, Joey. You're currently moved up to guest host instead of co-host. You're guest host, and Connor Snyder, Mr. 100%, is the official new co-host. So congratulations to Connor, and you're
Nice.
okay. So then and it says give Shaquille O'Neal to Julia. Shaquille O'Neal. What in the world? Well, here. I guess
You were going to
that's
open my
Shaquille-
present.
That's Shaquille O'Neal.
I like this bag.
It's neat, isn't it?
Okay. Ooh, Huggy. I'm
Oh,
going to drink.
Shaquille
Shaquille
O'Neal
O'Neal.
Huggy.
Have
Neat.
you ever eaten a banana with chopsticks?
No, but I think it'd be great. I would do that, especially if I was dipping it in
It would
some
be a good
chocolate
challenge.
sauce,
Everybody go home and try
or
that.
caramel with sea salt and banana dip, a little fondue.
Oh, yeah.
I could use chopsticks for the fondue.
For sure. Well, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Well,
Is this from corporate?
That's from corporate.
Oh.
That's your payment. for being the guest co-host today.
Thank you.
You know, it's All-Star Week, and they, you know, All-Stars, you know, you got to do something better than a temporary tattoo for the All-Star Week. And we're going to have an All-Star guest in just a little while. And that's also going to be a big surprise, so we're not even going to tell you who our guest is. You're not going to believe it. Okay, so how are we doing on time, Clarence? Okay, so we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
I'm glad that, do you have anything going on? Like people, you know, just real quick, we probably have a few seconds. Art for sale, things like that. They follow you on the Instagram. Do you post like, this is?
I do have some pieces.
Let's show how to get in touch with Julia. There you go.
Well, I'm always available for, you know, project ideas and commissions.
So commission work.
I do have a show coming up at the Greenhouse on Porter and Biloxi in May.
Good. So, show at the Greenhouse on Porter and Biloxi in May. She's going to send us a graphic, and we're going to remind the folks about
it. It actually just got, you know, put out there. So So stay tuned for that.
Well, congratulations about that, and we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes with our special All-Star guest for All-Star Week, and don't miss that.
Audio Jungle.
Let's put our heads together on a great staycation. Berry Creek Cabins in nearby Bogalusa, Louisiana is your wilderness staycation headquarters. Cozy cabin lodging for 4 to 12 people with modern amenities, kitchens, relaxing porches, fishing, and a 2,700 square foot party deck pavilion. Call 985-730-4395 or berrycreekcabins.com. Berry Creek Cabins is family staycation headquarters.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, we're back, and you know we were supposed to have Mr. Franchise on the show today, but since it's All-Star Week, we talked to Mr. Franchise, Andy Snyder, and he said, hey, Dennis, corporate wants you to really get an All-Star. So we got one of the top businessmen in Ocean Springs who also happens to be running for mayor on the show today, Kenny Holloway. Kenny,
it's good to
welcome
meet
to
you.
Sprout Central.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on the show on such short notice.
Not a problem. I'm welcome to it.
I know you're a busy man. So, you know, this is a show about business and community, and man, we couldn't be luckier. We couldn't be luckier to be doing it in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, our little secret coast. You're from Ocean Springs, right, Kenny?
I am. I was born and raised here in Ocean Springs. Went to St. Alphonsus through the 8th grade, and then moved on to the high school. Graduated in 1979. So
Greyhound?
Showing my age here. Yeah, I was a Greyhound. Played for Coach Hugh Pepper. We had quite a run back then too.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm a year younger than you, so I graduated in '80, and
Okay.
I remember the Ocean Springs Greyhound football team back then. Yes, sir. So I know you and was introduced to you as a successful businessman. In fact, you know, we talked about Mr. Franchise. We're going to have him on here and help people pick out their franchise and get in the business. But he said that you guys, you were kind of his mentor and helped him start some businesses, or y'all worked together starting businesses.
We did. We started together. We started a quick lube business over in Biloxi, and we expanded that business into Ocean Springs and into Gulfport. So yeah, Andy was a big help. He was my right hand, to tell you the truth. I couldn't have done it without Andy. It's no question.
You know, his son's my right hand now, Connor Snyder. We call him Mr. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on vacation this week. Corporate gave him a little vacation, but he'll be back next week. So, what was your first entrepreneurial venture?
Well, that was it. Got into that, and we had a chain come out of Atlanta after Katrina. They wanted it worse than I did, and they took over the lease of the buildings and the businesses. And then I got into real estate.
Right.
I went ahead and got my agent license, and then went directly after that. After 1 year, got my broker's license, and I just like making, you know, deals. I just like the art of the deal.
That's me too. I love that. That's why I love what I do. I'm the one that brings the money to the, you know, for commercial real estate. So, you know, we're going to put the number up here. Clarence is going to put it up here a lot during the show. Make sure you give me a call if somebody's wanting to buy a hotel
do that.
or something
We'll
like
do
that.
that.
I'm the man.
Well, you know I want a hotel in Ocean Springs, so.
Amen to that. You know, let's dig in. So you're running for mayor, which I'm happy, and I'm happy for the people of Ocean Springs that you are, because we need a successful business person to take the reins and do things like, we need a hotel in Ocean Springs.
We need a hotel in Ocean Springs. We you know, but we can't sit back and wait for one.
No.
So we've got to go out and solicit people to come and look and see what we have in Ocean Springs and check out our demographics, our festivals. We have a great sports complex. So we've got reason for families to come to Ocean Springs. We have reason for business people to come to Ocean Springs. And presently we have a great little network of boutique hotels and VRBOs, but I think we need, you know, we need that 80, 90 room hotel out on the interstate somewhere where we can keep those families in Ocean Springs.
Or
when they
along
put
the
bats down
Highway
in the
90
evening.
too. There, you know.
Right.
Not that I'm, you know, I know you're, you know probably since you're wanting to run for mayor how it should look, but did you know that the USM's Gulf Coast Research Lab sees about 100,000, I'm sure you knew this, about 100,000 camp kids a year.
Right. That's right.
And though they have to go somewhere else along the Secret Coast for lodging because there's not a hotel for those guys. So occupancy, I don't think, would be a question here. We've had a lot of fun with the research lab. So what motivated you to decide to run for mayor?
Well, my family has been in politics, local politics, for a long time. And we've been, my family has been in Ocean Springs for over 80 years. I just happened to move back to Ocean Springs about 8 years ago. I was living in Biloxi for quite a while. And I've got friends that kept prodding me, hey, you know, you got great ideas. You should consider being, you know, getting into some type of city government. And about 2 years ago, we really got serious about talking about it and kind of putting our game plan together and getting feedback, and sure enough, in January we pulled the trigger on it, made an announcement, so we're all in now.
Well, it's a public service. It truly is to put yourself out there and run for office these days. It takes, you know, some love of your community. I know that.
It's a lot of work. I'm gonna say it's a lot of work, and especially when you're trying to maintain your paying job. It's a lot of work.
Right. Juggle running that campaign, and hopefully you have a good campaign manager and those types of things. So we're going to just take a quick break, and then I want to come back and just hear. I love Ocean Springs, and I want to hear, you know, some ideas about the future of Ocean Springs and some thoughts about you know, what we can do to make Ocean Springs a even better place.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Okay, so we'll be right back with more of All-Star Week after a couple of messages.
Audio Jungle.
The best thing we did at the Y was that lobby. I love seeing the seniors sit around drinking coffee, talking. You know, we have a lot of books. You've seen our library in there, reading books. There's one group that brings snacks once a week, and they just sit around and socialize. And of course, we do trips for our seniors too.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, we're back, and we're still talking to candidate for mayor, local businessman Kenny Holloway. Kenny, what are some of the ideas you have or things you would do as mayor?
Well, we want to first and foremost keep the charm of Ocean Springs, the small town charm. That's what people come here to visit and to shop and to eat. Downtown's a special place. It's turned into a walking kind of outdoor mall. You can walk around and get coffee. If you want a beer, you want to get something to eat, you want to buy, you know, a dress, or, you know, just all kind of stuff. We have a great little candy store. So we've got something special, and that's why we're attractive to folks.
You are very attractive to folks, and I think a lot of small businesses would love to locate here as we help grow businesses. We definitely want them to. Ocean Springs is kind of the cornerstone of this whole Secret Coast concept to me.
Well, everybody's got something special, you know, along the coast. We have downtown, you know, Biloxi's got the casinos, Gulfport's got the port and the aquarium, you know, Pascagoula's got the industry. So you know, we need to feed off of each other, and that's what makes it all work.
Right. You've got a brilliant art community here, some world-renowned museums, and then the small businesses themselves are an attraction. People come here to walk around and go from shop to shop.
Yep, they do, and but you know, we also have other, you know, parts of Ocean Springs that are important. We have a great recreational complex out on Highway 90, and we've got some good businesses out on Highway 90. We need to work on that eastern part of Ocean Springs. We need to add some development out there to increase our tax base, so we can do some of the improvements that a town this age is going to need in infrastructure.
So increasing the tax base, are there any areas, and I haven't looked at the map, but that could be annexed or that would want to be a part of Ocean Springs, or is that something that's in the plan?
Well, you know, obviously there's, if you think about annexation, the first thing that comes to mind is 57 out to the interstate, where the Bienville Orthopedic Center is. You know, we could probably do that one fairly painlessly, and there's probably a lot of growth potential at that intersection there, interchange. So I would think if we're going to grow the city, that's the first initial step. Gaucher has already done that to the interstate. On the eastern side of 57, we need to protect our city's path of growth and go ahead and look at doing that on the western side of 57.
I think so too. You know, traditionally, or I guess the conventional wisdom is if a city's not growing and annexing, then it's stagnant. And then, you know, other cities will eventually step in and fill that need.
Right, right. Cities evolve, and that's why you know, there's always changes and development going on, but you've got to be smart about what you're doing. You don't want to intrude and mess up what we have going that's working right now.
That's very, very true. And interesting that, you know, there's a lot of things going on right now that we want to keep and we want to expand on. So what are some other things that we could do in Ocean Springs, or some other ideas that you have?
Well, we have a thriving arts community here, and we need to make sure that we maintain that. We want to, you know, we have the Mary C. O'Keefe, which is a jewel not only for Ocean Springs but for the entire Gulf Coast, and we want to make sure that center remains and continues to be a center for arts and entertainment. It's a city-owned building, like I said.
It's a beautiful place.
And used to be the high school in
Right.
Ocean Springs, but it's a beautiful place, and you know, it's had some bumps in the road here this past 12 months, but I'm committed to working those bumps out, and let's get that building back to doing what it's supposed to be doing for the citizens.
Amen to that. I know a lot of people would love to see that facility back into use and thriving the way it was. I've been to so many good shows and interesting events there. I love that place. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're on the campaign trail. What's that like? We only have a couple of minutes, but
well, you know, I like it. I mean, I like getting out and talking to people. I like hearing what they have to say. You know, sometimes it's not flattering, but for the most part, we've had a great response, and I'm looking forward to continuing on until April 6th, where the primary will be, and then hopefully I'll be elected the mayor, and we'll put a good plan together, we'll put a good team together, and we'll move Ocean Springs forward.
Okay, speaking of team, you're out knocking doors in and talking to people, right?
Right. Yeah.
Are you accepting any volunteers, or get some kids out in the sunshine?
Absolutely. We've got a website. I guess we pop it on the screen here.
Clarence, let's have a look at the Kenny's website.
Yeah, there's a volunteer page there. So if you'd like a sign, you'd like to help us walk and knock doors, if you wanted to make a campaign contribution, that's always welcome in an event like this. But we're a grassroots campaign, and that's what we're going to do.
We're going to run out of time, but you're invited to come back anytime you want to, and best of luck, best wishes in the campaign. And hey, if you're looking for something to do, get out in the sunshine and knock doors with Kenny. Get to know hopefully the future mayor of Ocean Springs. That's all for this edition of Sprout Central. Make sure you join us next week when we have podcast sensation Phil Cron on the show. You don't want to miss that.
Jungle.